and today my chat is entitled Success is Not Final. So 2 days ago I was on the Peloton and I forgot the instructor's name, but she said something that really resonated with me and it made me think about so many things, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this chat. So I always tell about how I get inspired by something during the day that I create a chat for. And usually I've done so many chats, probably in 4 years I've done over 1,000 chats, so I sometimes repeat different topics, but today is a new one. So success is not final. I love that saying. So what it's all about is, whether it's most of the stuff I talk about, health and fitness or weight loss or other stuff like financial relationships, getting to your goal of where you want to be is not a final destination, right? Once you get to the desired weight, or you get the relationship you're looking for, or you get to the financial place you want to be, you have to do things to maintain that. It's not like you're going to get there and then poof, you stop all that hard work or all those routines you do that got you there, because you can fall back into old bad habits. And they could be eating badly, not exercising enough, not being so nice to your significant other if it's a relationship thing, spending too much money, or being irresponsible with money if it's financial. So, we have to think. What it makes me think about is transformation. So at work, I do many things. One thing is I'm a business process lead, where I do business process analysis, and I draw out all the steps in their process and tell them I calculate their efficiency rate and tell them where the waste is. But another thing I do, which is called agile transformation, where we teach businesses how to be more agile in their software development and how to automate more. And it's all about, we talk about continuous improvement and continuous learning. And that's what I think about when I think about success is not final. It's like I talk about, transformation. I've had many physical transformations. I've gone up and down 4 times majorly, between 30 and 50 pounds. And the first transformation was the most dramatic. I was 225 and I went down to 95 pounds. I was anorexic. I was 14 at the time. So I've gone through many transformations. As we try to transform ourselves, and I always talk about this, we should be transforming ourselves to the day we die, because we're always learning something new. Our body changes if it's physical, right? We're not going to be able to do all the hardcore exercise when we were younger, so maybe we'll do more kind of yoga and low impact as we get older if we want to stay in shape and maintain some muscle mass. We may financially do some things differently. I know for me, transformation is going to be financially, I used to have dreams that I wanted to be worth $100 million and have a plane and all that, and I don't have those dreams anymore, because to me, what I've learned is the more stuff you have, the more there is to take care of it. Recently I got rid of my second car because it was having problems, and I kept bringing it back to the dealership and they didn't want to warranty it, and I just don't have the time to keep going back. And I thought to myself, I'm not even driving anymore. I go to the store twice a week, to Whole Foods and Publix, and that's it. And the car was costing me $800 a month, and I was just I'm getting rid of it. Even though I lost a little bit of money selling it, long term, saving me a lot of money, and it was just the headache of the maintenance, So our goals kind of change as we get older, whether it be, again, financial, fitness, monetary. But for me, I know that once I retire, and I'm kind of in the position now, then a couple of years when I retire, that I won't have to worry about money, and my investments will support me until the day I die. But I'm still going to want to make money. I love doing house flips because I just love the creative process of it, and I've done a lot of house flips, if you guys don't know. And I'm trying to start a health and beauty products company right now, private label. I should be getting my samples any day now, so I have to try them for a while before I really make sure that this is the company I want to go with. And I want to donate a part of the proceeds to a charity. I'm thinking either Black Lives Matter, or there's another charity that kind of exposes people when they're being racist or homophobic or whatever, and they, these groups that are sending it to their boss, and all those people are getting fired. I'm even thinking maybe one of those groups, but I'm just gonna, first I have to get the products done, then I'll worry about the others. But back to the transformation. So, success isn't final, and you have to always kind of think about, you may need to alter your plan. I talk about this all the time. You may have been very successful maintaining your weight on a certain exercise plan, but you get a couple of years older, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're starting to gain weight, eating exactly the same and exercising the same way. but it's just that your body's getting used to that way of eating or exercising. And so when I talk to customers about continuous improvement and continuous learning, I think it's the same for ourselves, right? So we always have to be focusing on that mindset that it's not a destination. I'm not just going to lose the weight and poof, I can go back into my old habits, which by the way is what happened to me many times, right? So 4 many times I stopped what? I stopped counting calories and I gained all the weight back, like 30 to 50 pounds, 4 different times. And I have pictures, you know? So anyway, I think it's a mindset of that success is not a final destination. So the Peloton instructor got that because she's like, okay, it's not a final destination. We're gonna, ride 300 rides and you're gonna have this ripped body and you're there, you're done, right? We're not done, right? We're gonna have to continually bring it. We're gonna continually have to work at it. We're gonna continually have to participate in the process. We're gonna continually have to measure, just like you measure your food and I weigh my food and I count my calories. You have to measure your success. So I also talked about many times, you gotta have your goals written down. You gotta look at your goals. You gotta see how are you tracking against your goals. You may have new goals, right? Every year you'll have different goals, right? Maybe you got where you are weight-wise, but now you wanna get more muscular. Or maybe you got where you are totally body-wise, but you wanna focus on your financial. Like for me, financially I'm doing real good. Weight, I'm still trying to lose this last 10 pounds. I did lose 3 pounds last week, but I haven't lost any more. And I haven't weighed myself in a couple days, so that's not true. But I don't think I did. But I'm really working on trying to, make some time for a personal life, right? So I've been online kind of talking, to some people, but nothing yet has come of it. So your goals are always going to change. You're always going to put some things in higher priority than others, and that's okay. But you just have to really realize, I just love that saying, that success is not final and we are a work in progress. I always talk about that. I am far, far, far from perfect, although I do feel like I've gotten a lot of my bad stuff under control, except for my little temper and my unnatural reaction I have to Trump supporters and to people who are spewing hate. And I explained many times, I'm not going to go into any more why I'm like that, but so that's one of the things I'm really working on. And I talked about your doing positive affirmations, and I'm saying mine every morning. The affirmation that I learned years ago from the Science of Mind Church, and then I add to it. And today I choose not to react badly to Trump supporters and have hate in my heart for my neighbors who have a Trump sign in their yard. Now, hasn't worked yet, but I'm at least trying, right? I want to try and rid myself. And that goes back to another chat topic that I always talk about. People think there's this magic pill and there's one thing that you're going to do that's going to make you successful in whatever you're trying to accomplish in life. And it's not just one thing, it's a combination of things. And it's always like the small repetitive things that you keep doing over and over that make something a habit, but also puts positive messages in your head. And I talk about that over and over and over. So again, if we are truly driving towards success and realizing that it's not final, right? Success is not final. Then we're always going to be trying to do things to improve ourselves. And when we're trying to do things to improve ourselves, we're going to be trying to put positive messages in our head. And we're going to do that by a lot of repetitive things. Good self-care, expressions of self-love, eating healthy food, getting exercise, saying nice things to yourself out loud and in your head. So I talked about self-grooming, dressing very nice. So when you walk by a mirror, you're saying positive messages to yourself. I keep saying this over and over again because it's so important and many of us don't do it. I like to do a lot of aromatherapy. I got like 3 different kinds of body lotions. When I come out of the shower each day, I try to change it up a little bit and like the smell. I've got a diffuser with some lavender. I put lavender beds in my plants in my bedroom. To make it smell nice and promote sleep, I put snake plants in my bedroom. It's supposed to spit out oxygen at night and help you sleep. I try to surround myself with beautiful things in my house. Artwork, flowers. I saw these beautiful orchids. I bought one beautiful blue orchid at Lowe's yesterday. I'm going to go back and buy some more because it just makes me so happy. They're so beautiful. And I'm telling myself that I'm worth it and that it makes me feel good and I'm doing something nice for myself. So just remember, guys, to get where you want to be is not a final end destination, right? It's constantly work to maintain and reassess what you really want out of life, what will make you happy, what your goals are, and we will be transforming ourselves. We should be transforming ourselves to the day we die. Because if we're not, then we're stagnant, and that's boring. You know, life is boring if we're doing the same thing. That's why I get so frustrated when people ask me so many questions about the food. Like, some of the questions, guys, does it taste good? Am I sadistic? Am I going to post something that tastes like crap so you'd be miserable eating it? And then it's like, this always happens. Somebody just doesn't ask, does it taste good? And then I say, yeah. Sometimes I'll answer a little snarky. Well, I certainly wouldn't post something that tastes like shit. I've answered that way before, right? Because to me, it's such a ridiculous question. If I'm posting this beautiful plate of food and they're saying, does it taste good? Then we start with the questions. Well, what exactly does it taste like? And I don't know. For some reason, for somebody who's pretty expressive, I have a hard time really describing certain foods. You know, I'm not really good with the lingo, like, well, it's a little, you know, salty or this or, you know, I'm not good with that, right? So that also bothers me. And it's not just one question. Well, you know, what's the texture like? Like, I like pasta, but I don't like zoodles, that zucchini, it's wet, but you just put that hearts of palm pasta. Can you explain what the consistency is? And I'm like, no, I can't. Just go try it. I don't understand how to explain to you what the hearts of palm pasta tastes like. And the thing that bothers me about people who ask these questions, because I have a degree in psychology and I've been to a lot of therapy myself, and from my training and from my experience, it's because people are in their little box and they're afraid to try something new, right? And that's not transforming when you're in your box, right? So, and then I say to myself, 90% of these people, and I read an article about this a long time ago, that are going to ask all these questions, they're still not going to try it. Because they're so in their little box, they're still not going to step out of their box. They're trying to get you to say something magical to them to get them to try that, but they're still not going to do it. So I don't like wasting my time, right? But most of the time, I don't even know how to explain it. So, again, success is not final. To get there, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be stepping out of your box. It's going to do a lot of things to ingrain positive messages in your head that will get you to that success, that will keep you there, and that will keep you transforming to the day you die, right? Because that's what's all about, having a very fulfilled life. Always growing, always transforming, and always trying to better yourself every single day. So I hope you enjoyed today's chat, and I'll be talking to you soon.